And I think I'm going to call this video Get in the Mood. Referring to this product, it's called Mood Organic Herbal Tea. Organic pomegranate juice powder, organic rose hips, very good for your heart. Extract, that's even better. Organic monk fruit extract. I don't know what effect monk fruit has on the body, but pomegranate's amazing for the blood. Yeah, so the rose hips and the pomegranate, this would be really good for your heart. Lemon balm and rose with tulsi and reishi mushroom. And tulsi and reishi mushrooms are really good to include in your diet. So I guess when you're feeling grumpy, you know, you can get yourself some Mood Organic Herbal Tea. And no, I'm not being sponsored by this company. It's just that I thought, wow, this is such a good way to, you know, instead of always, some people always are drinking wine every day. And, you know, I don't think it's good to drink wine every day. I mean, I hear different stories in France. Some people say, oh, yeah, we drink wine with every meal. And then these other people, they give you the opposite. Oh, no, we only drink wine on a special occasion. So, yeah, I wanted to show you a couple things. So that's one of the teas. Let me just try it. I think I made it kind of strong. There's not a lot of water in this cup. Oh my gosh. You know, that's how you you know you're drinking something that's healing. Might be a little too sweet for me. So maybe that's the monk fruit, right? Because I don't personally like stevia. And I don't, it says tulsi and reishi mushrooms. That's pretty neutral as far as taste goes. Yeah, I think it would be the monk fruit that's a little sweet. And then they put organic tulsi, organic lemon balm. That's really good for your blood too. And the reishi extract. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you guys like tea, but I think this is kind of nice in the evening, you know, instead of always feeling like you have to have like a glass of wine or something else. This is pretty cleansing, and it's it just feels like it's very nurturing. Okay, so I think you saw in some of my earlier posts, right, I did the food thing, right? Yeah, I'm trying to stay simple and stay grain-centered. So, like making the grain the largest part of the meal, like a whole grain. I stopped eating breads. Even the ones that are sprouted, my body can't like process it. I don't know what it is. So I just decided I'm just going to only do grains. That's what my body is asking me for right now. That's where I feel happy. I'm not burping. I'm not farting. I'm not belching. It's like my body feels really at peace when I'm eating the grains. So like I get bored after 3 days. So I did the 3 days. It should have been short grain, but I didn't get it in time for the winter. I have to focus more on that. Short grain is better in the winter. And then as you move towards the spring, like towards March, you could do long grain brown rice. So the rices are really important, especially if they're brown rice, right? They have all that outer coat on them that's really good with all the minerals in it. And if some people can't digest it, then they need to cook it longer. The Chinese call it congee. And then you put a lot more water in it, and it comes out to be more of a gruel. You know, and the brown rice would probably be a lot different than the white, but the brown is definitely going to be healthier. So that's my opinion on that front. You can do your own research on that. But yeah, this is really good. I'm like, wow. Lemon, balm, and rose. It's like this. It's like the name of a novel, right? Lemon, balm, and rose. Yeah, so these days I'm thinking about, we're going to do a meditation here, and then I want to talk about a detox product. And then later on, this might happen tomorrow. I don't think it's realistically going to happen today. I am going to make some corn muffins, and I'm going to fill them with, maybe I should just make a corn cake and then slice it. Oh, and to show you how to make whipped jalapeno honey butter. Wow, that's intense. I don't know if I could eat that. See, they say when you make this, you can mix in 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. You know, they have a list of cheeses that are supposed to be really healthy for your body. I always knew feta was. I always knew cottage cheese was. And I was wondering about Swiss. So I think the way it's fermented or how it's aged, I'm not a cheese expert, but that's how they were saying it was like really healing for your body, especially as you get older. And I've always liked feta. I've always, you know, I mean, you have to be careful. Some of them have more salt than others. But, so that's, and ricotta. They said ricotta was really good. But I've never cooked with ricotta anymore, so that would be a new one for me. But I like all the other cheeses, and I intend to have them in stock because it's supposed to be really healing for your body. It's supposed to be a higher energy vibration. To eat more like the dairy rather than just like red meat products. Like today's the first day I had like those lamb chops. Yeah, they're like little lamb ribs. And I just had 2 small ones. When I looked at it, oh my God, I paid all this money and this product was so small. But I think that's what's going on right now. You know, it's like you're paying more for what you get. And so I am trying to eat more. I've always been eating more vegetarian, but lighter. And then okay, so I'm fantasizing about this now. But what I'm thinking of doing with this is I think I still am going to make muffins. I just wish I had the paper muffin things. You know, maybe I could put wax paper in it, parchment paper. Yeah, there was a recall on parchment paper. How do you mess up parchment paper? Isn't there like people supervising, all this stuff that you would mess up parchment paper and you would make it toxic? So if you wrap up something that you're going to wrap up, like maybe a certain kind of cheese in parchment paper, it's going to be toxic? So I don't know. It really got my head going. But anyway, I'm going to probably make these tomorrow. I think more like tomorrow. Today feels kind of heavy, and I want to pray and meditate. That's what I want to meditate too with you guys. I have 2 friends that are going through some stuff. I just found out today. And I feel really bad. I don't want to say someone's name, but like she couldn't even grip something. She lost control on one side of her body. And then I was wondering, God, what could that be? It could be like a mini stroke, right? Because she eats a lot of heavy fried foods, and she would almost fell over. So I felt so bad for her, right? And I gave her some ideas. Definitely needs to get checked out. So we're going to put her in our prayers. Like I said, I'm not going to give you her name. And we'll just put her in our prayers. Because the more the people pray together, the more, it rings, the energy feels, right? Your merry-go-round. I talked about that in my last post, right? You got the Ferris wheel going and you got the merry-go-round going. Okay. Yeah, this is good. It's a good healing tea. So we're going to put her in our prayers, and all these people, please, if they're 50-50 about